Hey everyone. Tenet's finally released the recording for the annual general meeting that they had last week. I am going to go through point form of kind of Johnson's comments on the end, and then I recorded it, and I'll play that at the end here for those who just want to watch that, excluding all the voting and stuff at the beginning. So basically, Johnson emphasized that they're doing something that hasn't been done before. So far, they want to say they feel like they're succeeding. The business, he states, is in a better position than it was 6 months ago, and will be in a better position 6 months from now. They've got a proven track record in China, and they are confident they're going to succeed outside of China as well. As management, he wanted to stress, is even stronger today than it was when they started with an unproven model a few years ago on 1 million revenue. They have a proven business, and financial institutions have bought into the business hub and are in the process of doing the same thing here in Canada. And something that I want to say on that is they do have the benefit of showing these businesses, institutions, trade commissions, associations, their operations in China and the success of that they had. So their actual path to succeeding here in Canada is probably going to be easier based on the business as it is right now. And then he also talked about 2022 outlook. So they are working on this prospectus financing right now. Despite conditions, they anticipate no issues raising funds and will make an announcement regarding this in days or weeks. They check all the boxes for the senior exchanges and they would like to list on, and are also working towards and would like it to be concurrent with the closing of the prospectus offering. But they did say this may not happen weeks or months or a month later, potentially. And then finally, the launch of the hub in Canada. They can't disclose the date yet, but they did say they're doing everything in their power to be done in time to generate the first revenues before the end of the year. So that's basically the highlights, and I'll play the video now, so stick around if you want to watch that, and if you don't, that's fine too. I did want to say, just based on the prospectus offering, we obviously don't know what value that's going to be done at. I'm anticipating it's going to be approximately, 10 million shares. So, it could be a $20 million offering. I'm assuming based on Johnson's comments, he probably does have some people lined up for that. So we'll see how much capital they're able to raise. Also, once the prospectus is closed, if that's one of the things that are kind of causing the share price to be pushed down, that could cause some positive momentum going up, as well. Shortly listing on the TSX after that should also provide some short-term momentum. So hopefully we get into a lower inflationary period, and it shows that it's going down to give the market some more positivity, and we could be on a nice low wave here that we might be able to ride. So anyways, thanks for listening. If you like this video, please like and subscribe, and talk to you later.
I now invite Johnson Joseph to make his presentation. Thank you all.
Thank you, Charles, and good morning, everyone. I would normally do a short presentation at this time, but today I'd rather take this opportunity to address some concerns that were brought to my attention related to the company's recent stock price performance. First, let me start by saying that my investment portfolio has taken a beating just like every other Tenet investor. So I totally understand the frustration that some of you may be feeling today. But what's happened to our stock price is not something that's unique to Tenet. The fact is that virtually every tech company is way down from its 52-week highs, and it doesn't matter if you're a small cap or a large cap company. For example, Apple is down 24%, Amazon 42%, Facebook 57%, Shopify down 81%, Lightspeed Commerce 83%, Mogo Finance 89%, Upstart Holding 92% down. I could go on, but these are all fantastic companies. The point is that what we're experiencing right now is not just what we're experiencing right now is just a very strong headwind that the entire tech sector is going through. And I have no doubt about it that we'll get through it. Now, that being said, I'd also like to share with you why I'm still very excited about what we expect to happen in 2022, and maybe remind you of why you perhaps invested in Tenet in the first place. Now, one of the things that I love the most about what we're doing is that our business model did not exist before we came up with it. For an investor, this can be both scary and exciting. When you're bold enough to try to do something that hasn't been done before, you either make it big or you fall flat on your face. I think so far, I don't think we're falling flat on our faces. Sure, there have been a few bumps along the way, but if you look at the big picture, the fundamentals of our business have never been stronger. I continue to say that we're in a better position today than we were 6 months ago, and we'll be in an even better position 6 months from now. Although I'm very proud of what we've done so far in China, and there's still plenty left to do in China, I really want our shareholders to start paying attention to what we're about to do outside of China. For those who are concerned about our revenue model outside of China, that the model hasn't been proven, well, just tell yourselves that our revenue model in China wasn't proven when we launched the hub back in 2018. We're the same management team that took an unproven business model from $1 million in revenue to over $100 million in revenue in less than 3 years. Actually, I think we have a stronger team today than we did 3 years ago. Now, what we've done in China is we've proven that the businesses and financial institutions that have we've proven that the businesses and the financial institutions have bought into the concept of the business club, which again was totally new when we brought it to China. And now what we're doing is we're in the process of confirming the same thing here in Canada. Listen, instead of spending the next hour talking your ears off about what we're doing, we've worked very, very hard on an investor presentation to explain all of this to you. The presentation is currently available on our website. So for those of you who haven't done so already, I would strongly recommend that you download the presentation and take the time to read it carefully. I think you'll find a lot of answers to some of your questions, and you'll also understand why we're so excited about Tenet, and maybe rediscover why you invested in the company in the first place. And if you still have questions after going through the presentation, just continue to do what you're doing. Just reach out to Kathy or Mark, and if they're not able to answer your questions, then they'll reach out to me or somebody else within the organization, and we will get back to you with the answers, as we have done over the last couple of years and will continue to do. Now, before I wrap things up for today, I just want to leave you with a few items to be on the lookout for in 2022. Number one, the financing. We're working on a prospectus financing to make sure that we have the capital we need in order to continue to execute our business plan. Despite the current market conditions, we don't anticipate having any issues raising the funds we need. We're planning to make an announcement to that effect in the coming days or weeks. So stay tuned for that. Number two, listing on senior exchanges. I can tell you that we check all of the boxes for the senior exchanges that we plan on being listed on. Ideally, we would like the uplist to be concurrent with the closing of the prospectus offering. But unfortunately, we can't confirm whether that will happen or not. We're doing everything in our power to work in parallel so that happens, but we can't guarantee that will happen. So we may close the financing and then have the uplist completed weeks or maybe a month later. But ideally, again, what we'd like to do is to have the financing closed and for us to be listed on a senior exchange. Number three, and finally, the launch of our hub in Canada. Now, we can't officially disclose the date yet, but it'll definitely be in time for us to generate our first revenue in Canada before the end of this year. That's something that we've said in the past, and it's something that we're doing everything in our power to make sure it happens. We're working very hard behind the scenes. Again, we have a fantastic management and executive team here in Canada. We've approached businesses, associations, trade commissions, financial institutions. There's a lot of work being done in the background so that we have a successful launch here in Canada before the end of this year. So once again, please stay tuned for that. You will see announcements to that effect in the coming weeks and months. Now, ladies and gentlemen, that's all I had for today. So on behalf of myself and everyone at Tenet, I want to thank you for attending our AGM and for your continued support. Happy Canada Day and happy 4th of July to our friends in the US. Thank you.